Good morning. My name's Kaz and I've got Parkinson's. I just wanted to talk a little bit today about things that to make you feel good. So when you're feeling down and you're feeling sad, or you just had enough of things. And like yesterday, my tablets. I only had about 20 minutes relief. So it was crazy, the whole day. I mean, it was a busy day because obviously it was my daughter's birthday, I had my grandkids, and then my friend Helen and Ian come, and Liam come, Tony's, the grandkids' father, and it was just a very full-on day. So I could have done with the tablets working, but there wasn't. So I'm really tired today, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about the things that make you feel good, make you pick you up. So I haven't slept a lot last night, so I put my earphones in so I didn't disturb anyone, and I listened to some music, a little jig around the kitchen. It cheers me up, because even though I'm really tired, my brain doesn't seem to want to switch off at night. And but it's funny because during the night, my nighttime pill seems to work better than the daytime ones, and it's just mad. Anyway, so I fell asleep till about, probably, I don't know, about 1 o'clock, and then I got up, made a cup of tea, put some music in my earphones, and I was bopping around the kitchen. Now, I always like music because you can close your eyes and you're back in a place or a moment in time where you felt good, the memory was good, and music's very good for your soul. So, hang on. Sorry, I'm back again. My son popped in for a second, but he's popped out to let me finish this, otherwise I might pause it. But anyway, sorry, I can feel a dog hair on me. He's just took the dog for a walk, so I thought I'd do a little video. But anyway, back to music. It makes me feel good. Now, growing up, there was one in particular. I mean, I loved Skid Row, and I loved Bon Jovi, and a couple of Metallica, but I'm not a heavy metal. I like a range of music, but the one person that stuck with me all my life was Michael Jackson. And he had soul, he had rhythm, he had passion, he had love, he really felt his music, and you can feel it in all his songs. And when I put them on, I can dance, I can even have a good go at singing. But it makes me feel really good. I might look a bit daft sometimes, but it makes me feel good. But you've got to keep moving, because there's a lot of times in the day where I can't move. My muscles are really tight and locked, and like yesterday, I had 20 minutes, and I thought, right, I'll make my friends cakes, and my husband said, but you're tired, you should be sat down, but you're up, you're doing stuff. I said, I know, but I don't know how long these are going to last for. And the thing is, they only lasted 20 minutes, and I managed to get the cakes done, but it was difficult. But anyway, back to music. So all of his music, right from 5 years old right till 50 when he died, is passion, it's soul, it's everything. It just makes me come alive and makes me remember a time when I did feel okay. So music plays a big part. Sounds, like if you're listening, sometimes I'll put the ocean sound on, because we live about 40 miles from the sea, but with my tablets, I can't always guarantee I'm going to get there, because they switch off, quite quickly. I'd love to just get in the car and go like I used to, but it's not that simple. That's why I'm doing the video early. It's about 25 past 7 at the minute. I'd have done it earlier, but my husband was still asleep. But he's took the dog out for a walk now. So, yeah, music, it's a feel-good factor, but all the people I'd love to go and see have died now, like Tina Turner and David Bowie and Freddie Mercury and you know, all the, what I call greats, you know, they're not here no more, but they did leave a legacy. They left music, you know, and music, as I say, is very important for your soul, you know, and, you know, it's good. So, you know, just wanted to let you know, you know. But yeah, my eyes kept me up, you know. You can't really see a lot unless I pull my eyelid down, but it's very sore. But I was pleased about that hospital phone call yesterday, so still a little bit 50-50. It's very daunting, very scary, but if I don't try it, I'm never gonna know, you know. And if it doesn't work for me, then it's reversible and I can have it taken out. But in the meantime, I'm going to concentrate on being the fittest I can be. And if putting some Michael Jackson songs on and grooving around my kitchen keeps me fit, then that's what I should do. So, because you've got to stay positive. You know, I did feel a bit sorry for myself the other day when the doctor said, you know, you've got 2 cysts growing on your eyeball. I thought, lucky me, you know, anything else, you know. But you've got to stay upbeat about it, because if you didn't, you know, you get down. And my kids are still young and they need me, and you know, and I was a little bit sad yesterday, but because you know, I mentioned to you know, obviously we're going to Mablethorpe for a weekend, and you know, I'm really looking forward to it. And then my daughter turned around and said, you know, trying to think of the right word she used, you know, she said, yeah, we're going to Mablethorpe, you know. And it's like, I think they've outgrown it. They've grown up quicker than I wanted them to, you know, because at one time they used to get so excited and they couldn't wait, and Gwenny used to get excited over an LOL doll. I don't know if a lot of you know what them are, but they're like a surprise ball, and each layer has a different bit of the toy, you know. But she used to get so excited, you know. I used to really enjoy watching her. Now she's a teenager, you know, she's changed and she's growing up, you know. And as a mum, you know, it's sad, but you know, she's beautiful, talented young lady. She can sing, she can dance. She's so elegant, such an elegant dancer. She's done so many shows, you know. I'm so proud of her, you know. And my eldest daughter, you know, I'm really proud of Tony. You know, she's amazing. She's turned into a beautiful young woman, you know, and she's got my two lovely grandchildren. She works hard. She's a good girl, you know. I'm very proud of her, and that's why even when, like yesterday, my tablets weren't working, she kept saying, "Come on, Mum, let me help you, Mum." And it's like, no, you know, you know, one day there's going to come a time, probably soon, because the tablets don't work very well. Sorry, trying to keep this positive, and I don't want my, you know, it's really hard losing your independence, and you know, and to lose that as well, you know, it's a big thing. That's why I want to try this pump, so I can keep going for longer. And if it doesn't work, then I'll have it took out and we'll try something else, you know. But you just got to stay positive. So I didn't mean to get a little bit sad there, but you know, I have a lot of things jumbling around in my mind all night, and then when I want to do a video, my mind goes blank, and then it all comes at once, and I try to get each bit out, you know, so it makes sense, you know, because if I suddenly think of something else, then I forget what I'm saying, because you get very confused because you're tired, and you know, and I just wish sometimes, you know, because I don't know about you guys, if you've got Parkinson's and you're watching, I feel like I've let them down by getting this disease, you know, because I think all the things that I could have done and should have been doing, they're growing up fast before my eyes, and I don't want them to remember Mum as Mum was ill. I want them to remember me as Mum did fun and exciting things, and so I try to make new memories, and I try to do silly things, and because I want them to remember Mum silly and happy and fun and not sad and ill and tired, because which I am, but I want to, you know, make sure my kids remember a different side of me, So, but anyway, try and keep this positive. But I've got things to look forward to. I've got some little things on my bucket list, I want to, hopefully, on my bucket list. I've never flown before. I've always been frightened of being shut in. So, sorry about that. You can hear me wash it. I just shut the door. Sorry, I'm back again. The washer was spinning and it was making so much noise. I try not to go on too long, but there we go. I've forgotten what I was on about, so but never mind. But the house is lovely and quiet at the minute, so I'm enjoying the peace. The dog has gone out, as I say, on a walk with my husband, and a bit later I got them cakes finally made, so I'm going to drop them off at Ian's and Helen's later, and so that'll be nice. It's always fun. Me and Helen always have a right laugh, but yeah. Oh, anyway, bucket list. That's what I do. I want to overcome my fear of flying. I've been really inspired lately by a lovely lady, and I feel like I've got new life in me, new passion. I want to, I've been sort of quite, locked within myself, and I've forgotten who I was. Because this disease, you feel a bit lost. You forget who you are because it takes so much away from you. But this lady taught me to think of the things in a different way, things you've lost and things you've gained. And, so she's given me the passion and inspiration to do this, things I would never do before. I wouldn't have my picture taken, let alone do a video, and I'd really love, to overcome my fear of flying and go over and see her. But that's probably next year or the year after, whenever I can get over. I'm going to see a hypnotherapist and see if get this operation out of it, and see a hypnotherapist and see if I can overcome the fear of being shut in, because that's what they are in a plane. You shut in. And the other thing is, I'd love to take my daughter to Greece. I probably mentioned in one of my other videos, she absolutely adores Mamma Mia. And just to be able to see her face, and surprise her. But I get overwhelmed, and this disease, it puts obstacles in your way, and you shouldn't let any barriers stop you. But the thing is, it does. The reality hits, and it does stop you, and but I'm going to overcome some fears, and I'm going to be brave, and I'm going to, because if I can go through all the surgeries I've been through a lot in my life, and if I can go through all that, I'm sure I can get on a plane. So I will do my very best. It may take me a couple of years, well, it might take me 6 months, but it's there, the motivation and the passion is there, it's so I'm hoping this surgery is good and works, But anyway, I won't go on too long. I'll probably come back later because it's really early, and I'll do something, because I don't want to, obviously, I know people lead busy lives, but if you're like me and you've got Parkinson's, you end up with a lot of time on your hands because you can't get out much. But, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep driving for, but that part of me will be very sad the day I can't drive. Because the minute I left school, the only thing I wanted to do was get my licence. And driving to me is freedom, is independence, it's everything. You can put your music on, you can just be in your own little zone, and I've still got that, but I can't just go out on my own anymore and drive and listen to music and have that time. You know, bless him. My husband has to come with me, and I feel so bad for him sometimes because, you know, he might not always want to go out, you know. So, but anyway, that's just the way things are. But you know, I've been working in my brain and thinking that, you know, life is meant to be full of experiences and memories, and you know, even though I'm not well and I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do things for, so I want to cram as much into it as possible. You know, I'd love to do something really special with all my children, you know, but anyway, you know, I shall keep writing my lists and ticking them off as I go along. But I'll let you get on with your day. Thank you for listening, and I'll probably pop back later and talk about something else. But enjoy your day. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.